Thank you for tuning in. You are most welcome to this tutorial. So, we are going to be focusing on Eco 104, that is Introductory Mathematics for Economics. And also, we will be focusing on week 7. Week 7. So, if you go through your module and open week 7, I believe you get to find this topic: matrix operations and determinant. Matrix operation and determinant. So let's try to break them. What I mean here is that we are going to be focusing on matrix operations. Then later on, we focus on matrix determinant. So starting with matrix operation, let's start by defining what we actually mean by matrix. So a matrix is a rectangular array of numbers or other mathematical objects arranged in rows and columns. So matrices are rectangular array of numbers and they are arranged in row and columns. So what do we mean by a rectangular array of number? So it is a systematic arrangement. Rectangular array of number is a systematic arrangement of numbers in rows and columns forming a rectangle. For example, consider matrix A with 2 rows and 3 columns. Matrix A with 2 rows and 3 columns. So this is matrix A. These are the elements in matrix A. We have 2, 4, 6 forming the columns and 1, 2 forming the rows. So this shaded in black is the column. As you can see, there are 3 numbers. These are the columns. Then also shaded in red is the rows. These are the rows. We have 2 numbers or elements as the rows. So a matrix that has 2 rows and 3 columns can be called 2 by 3 matrix. It is called 2 by 3 matrix. And why is it called 2 by 3 matrix? Because it has the element in it has 2 numbers as the rows and 3 numbers that represent its columns. That is why it is called 2 by 3 matrix. So what about a matrix that has 2 columns and 2 rows? As you can see in matrix B, it has 2 rows, that is 4 and 2, and 2 columns, which is 4 and 8. So you see in this case now, the rows and the columns are the same because they have 2 numbers, 2 equal numbers. So this is called 2 by 2 matrix because the row is 2 and the column is also 2. So it is called 2 by 2 or a square matrix. So now let's move to matrix operations. So mathematically, if you're asked what do you mean by operations in maths, they are basically the addition we do, subtraction and multiplication we do in arithmetic. So these are the operations. So operations, arithmetic operations can also be applied to matrix. So matrix operations. So this is basically how we add, subtract, or multiply two matrices. For example, let's take an example on addition and subtraction of matrix. So we are given a question here that we should add this matrix. We have two matrices here. We have matrix A and we also have matrix B. So we are asked to add them up. So to do so is very simple. Solution. We are asked to add. That means we are adding them. We have A matrix A plus B is equal to, what are the elements of matrix A? We have 5, 2, we have 1, and we have 4. It's a 2 by 2 matrix plus matrix B. What are the elements of matrix B? We have 6, we have 2, we have 8, we have 4. So we have to add this matrix. And how do we do that? It's very simple. We are simply going to be adding the numbers in column A plus the numbers in column B. And also we are adding the numbers in row A plus the numbers in row B. So our first step here will be, the first element we have in A is 5. We will add it to the first element we have in B. That is, we'll be having 5 plus 6. Then the next element we have in A is 1. We'll add it to the next element we have in B. That is the column now. We'll have, that is 1 plus 2. So this is what I did in case. The first one we did 5 plus 6. That is this 5 plus this 6. That is 5 plus 6. The next one we took 1 plus 2. This one here plus these 2. That's how we got these numbers in blue. So we now take the next number. That is, we come to the next row. The first element in the second row of matrix A is 2. Then we'll add it to the first element in the second row of matrix B. So we are simply doing 2 plus 8. Yes. 2 plus 8, 8, comma. We take the next element in the second row, that is 4, and we are adding it to the next element of the second row. That is, we are basically adding this 4 plus this 4. That is 4 plus 4. So we have done justice to it. So our next and final step is just to simplify the operations. So that is why they call it matrix operation. So in this case, we did the addition operation of matrix where we add two matrices together. So let's conclude our step here. We are adding the operations we did here. We are adding them. So this will give us 5 plus 6 will give us 11. 1 plus 2 will give us 3. And we come to the next row. We have 2 plus 8 will give us 10. Plus 4 plus 4 will give us 8. So we have completed the addition of this matrix A and B. So this is the solution. Remember, we are asked to add this matrix A and B. So we start by saying A plus B is equal to the elements of matrix A plus the element of matrix B. So we take the first number in matrix A plus the first number in matrix B. That is 5 plus 6. Then we took the next number of the first column, that is 1. We add it to the next number of the first column, that is 2. And that's why we are having 1 plus 2. The next, we come to the second row. The first number in A in the second row is 2 plus the first number in B in the second row is 8. That's why we have 2 plus 8. Then we take the next number 4 plus the next number 4. That's why we have 4 plus 4. Then we now simplify the operations by adding them. So if we do 5 plus 6 gives you 11. 1 plus 2 gives you 3. 2 plus 8 gives you 10. And 4 plus 4 gives you 8. And this is this. You have completed the addition of this matrix. So let's take another example. So we have example 2. The question is add A plus B. Matrix A, we have the columns are 8, 2, 5, 3. The rows are 8, 2, 5, 3. Whereas matrix B, the rows are 9, 1, 5, 2. So we have to add them. So it's very simple. Let's do the solution together. A plus B we are basically adding the elements of matrix A plus the elements of matrix B. The elements of matrix A, we have 8, 5, 2, 3. Plus the elements of matrix B, we have 9, 1, 5, 2. So what are we doing here? Or what do you want to do? We just want to add them. So how do we go about it? We take the first number in matrix A, add it to the first number in matrix B. That is 8 plus 9 plus 9. We put our comma to separate them from the next number. The next number is 5. We'll take 5 and add it to the next number in matrix B. That is 5 is adding this one. We'll have 5 plus 5. We are done with it also. Next is that we come to the next row. We take the first number in the next row and add it to the first number of the other row. So we have 2 here. We are basically adding it. Since 2 is the first number here, we are adding it to the first number over there. That is 1. We'll have 2 plus 1, comma. We'll take the next number, which is 3. We are adding it to the next number in the other matrix. We'll have 3 is adding up to 2. That's 3 plus 2. So we are almost done. The next and final step is just perform the operations there. That is, you add it. We have A plus B will be equal to, we have 8 plus 9. If you add them, you get 17. You put your comma to separate it. We have 5 plus 5 gives you 10. And you come to the next one. You have 2 plus 1. It gives you 3. And 3 plus 2 gives you 5. And you're done with the solution. So this is all about the addition of matrix. So I know someone was asking if it is mandatory you put the comma. Oh, it's not really compulsory, but just to make it neater. But if you can remove the comma and separate them properly, then you don't have a problem. Because oftentimes some people don't separate them. Like some people will write it this way. We have 10. Some people will write it this way. So if maybe an examiner sees something like this, he will be confused. Are you trying to say it is 17 and 10? Or are you trying to say it is 1710? Or are you also saying it is 1, then 710? In the next row, are you also trying to say it is 35? Well, guys, it is kind of confusing. So if you can separate them widely, then you don't have a problem. The most important thing is give them a gap, a huge gap, to show that they are not joined. So let's go to subtraction of matrix, because this is for addition of 2 by 2 matrices. So we have the heading here, subtraction of 2 matrix, and we are given a question. Find A minus B. So it is important you try to differentiate between the operations. So the one we did earlier is addition. The one that we did moments ago is addition. and it is represented with the operation plus. Then this one that we are about to do now is subtraction, which is also represented with an operation minus. That is the operation of subtraction. So knowing the operations to perform will guide you on what to do. So we are given a question that we should find A minus B, and matrix A has these numbers or elements in it. We have 2, we have 1, we have minus 1, and we have 3. Matrix B has this element. We have 2, we have 4 rather, we have 2, we have 0, and we also have 2. Both matrix A and matrix B, they are 2 by 2 matrix, also known as a square matrix, because it has the same number of rows and also the same number of columns. So now let's proceed to do or to solve the problem at hand. So before we proceed, it is also important to note that the question says find A minus B. A minus B. It is entirely different from B minus A. So it is important to know how to represent the order of these matrices. So the question says A minus B. Okay, now let's answer the problem at hand at the moment. So our problem now is to find the result of this matrix. A minus B. So it's just similar to the same method that we applied when we are dealing with additions of matrix. Only that this time around we are using different mathematical operation. So this time around we are using subtraction. So it will be our elements in matrix A, that is 2, 1, minus 1, and 3, minus. Remember, when we are dealing with addition, here was plus, but this time around is subtraction. That is why we are indicating minus. Minus the elements in matrix B, which is 4, 2, 0, and 2. So now we are going to perform the operation, that is subtraction. And how do we do this? Just as we did when dealing with addition of matrix, the steps are similar here. We are going to take the first number of matrix A and subtract it from the first number of matrix B. That is, we'll have 2 minus 4, 2 minus 4. Remember, you can put your command so that the work should be a little bit neater and it should allow you the space. 2 minus 4. Then you now take the next number and subtract it from the next number of the other matrix. The next number here is 1. We'll subtract it from 2. So that is 1 minus 2. Close your bracket. You come to the next row. The first number in the next row is minus 1. Then we'll also subtract it from the first number in the next row of the other matrix. That is, we'll have minus 1 will be subtracted by 0. Of minus 1 minus 0. Then next, you have 3. The last number there is 3. You subtract it from, you subtract 2, the last number of the other matrix, from 3. This will be 3 minus 2. So after doing this, now you simplify the operation that you have performed. You now simplify it. So simplifying it will be a minus b will be equal to, what will be the result? So the first number there is 2 minus 4. If you subtract 2 minus 4, it will give you minus 2. And 1 minus 2, if you perform the operation, you will get minus 1. And 1 minus 0 will give you 0. Will give you minus 1. Sorry. 1 minus 0 will give you minus 1. Then here now we have 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 minus will give you plus, and it will give you 3. It will give you 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. So this is the solution of this matrix A minus B. So from the question, we are asked to find or subtract B from A, and matrix A is given to us as 2, 1, minus 1, and 3. Then matrix B is given to us as 4, 2, 0, and minus 2. Though I didn't mention the minus 2 earlier, I just noticed that it's supposed to be minus 2 there, not 2. Then you now perform the operation by taking the first number of the first row in matrix A minus the first number of the first row in matrix B. That is, we have 2 minus 4, and we also have 1 minus 2. Then we'll now take the next number, minus 1 minus 0. We also have 3 minus. So because already we are performing subtraction, so we have 3 minus, but 2 also have a negative sign. So we'll put it in bracket. Then when performing the final operations, we'll have 2 minus 4 give us minus 2. 1 minus 2 will give us minus 1. Minus 1 minus 0 will give us minus 1. Then 3 minus 2. This minus will give you plus. So automatically it will be 3 plus 2, which results to 5. So this is it. In case if there is any question or any observation, you can notify it so that we are all learning. I can pick my correction and we are basically teaching ourselves. We are learning from each other. So thank you for attending to this tutorial. So if there is question, you can ask in the group. I may not be the one that will answer. Another person might answer the question. And if there is observation, I may have made a couple of mistakes while doing this presentation. Please um, identify it for me so that I can also pick my corrections and some areas of weakness. Thank you for your time. Thank you.